Welcome to In Exile. Let's get to the Kari Lake case. Story out of Arizona this morning. Kari Lake, the Republican candidate for governor. Obviously, that campaign is not over. Okay, so first, this court case is about signature verification. That's what it's been limited down to. And we do have some actual court footage at the end, so stay tuned.
Over the next 3 days, her attorneys are going to present evidence of a flawed signature verification process there in Maricopa County that she says cost her the election.
Okay, but hold on. Let's go back to how we got here. This started back in December. This is a quick overview by Real America's Voice, so I like how succinct it is.
You may remember Kari Lake went to court back in December of last year, a month after the 2022 gubernatorial election there in Arizona. Well, back then, the judge refused to hear evidence with regard to the signatures, but he did hear evidence on the equipment malfunctions. Well, he ultimately ruled against her, and he reaffirmed Katie Hobbs's victory. She then took her case to the appellate court, which also failed. Finally, she went to the Arizona Supreme Court, and that court handed her a big win, ruling that the lower court did, in fact, have to hear her case on the signature verification side.
Okay, so that brings us up to date. And then here's Kari Lake right before this current court case launched, where she talks about how they're focusing on signature verification.
We're going to show how they aren't even checking signatures. You know, our experts say it takes 30 seconds to check a signature. If there's problems, it can take even more than that. We literally have video of people down at the county just sitting there zoned out, hitting a button on their computer, accept, and accepting signatures in less than 3 seconds. It's humanly impossible.
Okay, and she's right that it's not humanly possible to check signature verification. The problem is that doesn't show criminal intent or any kind of malfeasance at all. That just shows basic incompetence of how Arizona has set up their voting, that they have to have hundreds of thousands of votes checked by people clicking on them every 30 seconds, totally inefficient. But I don't think that can prove malfeasance in court. Just so you can hear how the inside of the courtroom looks like, this is a witness that said that they were sent home early, so they couldn't do the verifications that were done. This is called level 1 signature verification, ended up going into Stephen Richards' office, sent them home.
Were you told why the normal level 1 reviewers were told to go home after 7 p.m. and the signature review function was performed at the county recorder's office?
No, we thought it was odd.
Why did you think it was odd?
Well, because we had observers that were constantly watching what we were doing, but there was, I'm assuming, no observers there who was watching what they were doing. I don't know. We just thought it was, we thought they would come to where we worked at. Maybe they set up in a different area for them to verify signatures, but they didn't. They just told us they had the regular county recorder employees working signature ver to try and get through all of those.
Okay, remember, this is just one witness that I'm isolating. This is not the entire case. Everyone agrees this is going to be hard to prove in court. So I don't want you to get your hopes up. I'm happy that Kari Lake is fighting and will continue to fight. And I'm Doug in Exile. One more final clip.
Yeah, and listen, if she is not successful in this case, we know how hard it can be to prove election issues in the courts. But she is ready and willing and prepared to go to the Supreme Court. She has new evidence that her team has put out over just the last couple of days